What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dan Reacts. I'm Dan. This is my reaction channel. I am joined by the one and only Addie Cahill. How is it going?
It's going.
We are here.
We're still here.
We're still here. We're doing it.
Doing the damn thing.
For those that are wondering, she's still very distraught by Roz. It's been a good 4 hours since that episode has taken place, and we're still discussing Roz.
Yeah, I'm not over it.
What do you think about that scene was the hardest for you? Was it like her death? Was it the way it happened? Was it the person who did it?
I mean, I think, first of all, like, you said, like, you either really connect with Roz or she's kind of a forgettable character. Like, people are in different camps.
Mm-hmm.
I connected with her so quickly. Like, I liked her from the first scene I saw her in. I think that she was super smart and cunning and very much like the same type of woman that I see in like Cersei and Marjorie, like a do what needs to be done type of person. And I just hate to see someone like that go out in fear and alone and being defiled and disrespected and just scared.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like in certain scenes that are like bloody or battle scenes or conflict, fights and whatever, it doesn't like hit me the same way. But knowing that she was just like taken back to this place that she's already been and she knows only bad things happen there.
Right.
Only violence.
We all remember that scene that happened with her and the other woman.
Right. To end there just seems so
horrible.
It's horrible and it's scary, and she was alone and she was being tortured and killed like just for sport, just for fun.
Just for fun.
And it's that I just think it hits a different nerve with me particularly, like being in that situation where you're just like scared and alone and being taken advantage of it's just a horrible way to go. And it's a horrible situation to be in, and it just made me so sad for her because I think she could have done a lot more as a character.
Yeah.
So it's just stuck with me, you know? Anybody that has been in a, not obviously people are not in a situation where they're being like aimed at with a crossbow.
Everyone in the comments is like, Addie, have you been kidnapped?
Nope. But like anybody that's been in and I think women especially, anybody that's been in a situation where they have been alone behind closed doors with someone that's scary, that is not like, it's not a fight. It's just a, this thing is going to happen to you,
right,
type of thing. Is you know, you either identify with that experience or you don't. I think people that don't probably are like, damn, that really sucks for her, but like, you know, like you said, like they didn't show what happened, so it doesn't cut as deep. I think for a lot of people, you know what happened in that room, and so like I didn't need to see it. I still know, like I can imagine what happened, and that's like enough.
Yeah,
I wouldn't need that scene. And
that scene would have been way too like,
yeah, I wouldn't have watched it anyways. Like,
yeah, well, it's funny because you have like a hard time with like Theon's nails getting ripped out. Like, that scene would have never flied with you. No,
I wouldn't have watched it. It would have been devastating. Like, it is still to me. I'm like, I can't stop thinking about it. I feel awful for her character.
Yeah.
So I haven't moved on.
We haven't moved on from Roz, but I don't think we should. She was a very important character.
And
she meant a lot.
Cheers to her life. And sorry if I'm dragging this out so much.
Cheers to Roz. Cheers to Roz, guys. She was a great character.
You guys, it is what it is.
There's going to be some people that are like,
are you kidding me? Like, why do you care this much about Roz? I care this much about Roz because I don't think anybody should go out scared and alone and tied up in the chamber of a monster. That is a horrible, horrible, devastating way to die. And that's why I think, even though I, like, only episodes ago was like, fuck Theon, I hate him. Now I'm like, get him out of there because nobody deserves that. Yeah. Like, I don't care what you did. Like, Theon's not fucking Hitler. Like, right. He doesn't deserve, nobody deserves that level of, like, torture and fear.
Right. And Theon, like, even still didn't do Like, I would still say Joffrey is the worst.
Absolutely.
You know, like, I feel like what he did was terrible, and it was horrible and betrayal.
If I saw Joffrey getting the treatment that I think Theon is getting now, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, as he should. But, like, Theon is, like, he did what he did because he has this, like, little man complex that he was trying to prove himself. He's not a threat to anybody. You don't need to do this to him.
Yeah.
He's not gonna, if you sent him home, he would run home with his tail between his legs and probably, you know, I don't know, kill, like, another person or two before he dies. But, like, you don't need to, it's overkill.
Yeah.
He's not doing it. He's not a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just let him go.
Well, and to add on to that, the person who's doing this isn't even doing it because of anything that he did.
Right. I don't even understand who he is or why he's doing this. Like, do you just hate Theon? Is he a Joffrey type character where he's like, I just enjoy torturing people?
Mm-hmm. Well, and you brought up a really good point. I don't know if it was the episode of Roz or the following episode, but you were like, because we haven't, like, I feel like the show's done a really good job at kind of letting us forget about Joffrey. We haven't seen him commit any kind of crazy crimes, right. And all of his scenes, for the most part this season, have been very integrated with Marjorie.
Yeah, you almost start to be like,
she's fixing him. Bad. She's fixing him or something. Right. And then they're like, nope, he is the same person. And it's like one of those moments where it's like, it's your bad for forgetting.
I think that's where it came from, was like Marjorie seemed to be doing such a good job of like, look at the people adore you. The people adore us. You can be happy. You can have power.
You can be nice.
You can trust me. You can talk to me on a human-to-human level. But then it's like, no, these things are still inside him. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a very, like... It reminds me of, like, stories you hear about, like, serial killers that are very, like, cunning and had wives or had families and stuff. And you're like, no, they were just, like, a normal person. But it's like... This, whatever dark thing is inside of that person is always going to be there. It's
always going to be there.
And you shouldn't forget about it because that's your bad. Like you said, you know, if you forget how horrible he is, that's just because you stopped paying attention.
And, well, it's also like, child of incest, moral of the story, don't fuck your siblings because your children will come out fucked up.
Like, guys, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. I'm going to put this on the record.
I know... Some people aren't going to agree with us.
Some people are going to find this a hot topic.
But I take a firm stance in the camp of stop fucking your brother or sister.
Stop fucking your brother and sister because your child will end up crazy.
Please don't procreate. If you're doing that, don't get pregnant.
Yeah.
That kid is going to kill someone with a crossbow.
It's also interesting because it's like a really iconic line when the guy that's torturing Theon, he's like, if you think this has a happy ending... You haven't been paying attention. And in many ways, that line has been used as like a marketing campaign for the show of Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. If you thought this had a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. None of these characters are going to make it out.
Who here is like giving you the impression that
they're going to live happily ever after?
Everybody lives.
Yeah.
And we all get to have our love story and babies and ride off into the sunset. Like,
yeah.
I'm telling you, I know I'm doing it, and we're here, and we're doing it, and I'm not gonna quit, but, like, that is why I didn't watch this show, because I want everybody to have a happy ending.
You're much more of, like, a How I Met Your Mother kind of girl.
I love How I Met Your Mother. I watched all of it.
Nobody dies in that.
Nobody dies. Everybody gets their happy ending. Well, the mother does die.
That's true. The mother.
Spoiler alert! If you haven't watched How I Met Your Mother, in the final season, they introduce the mother for one episode and she dies. So, yeah, that's more my speed. Which, by the way, Instagram Q&A the other day, they're like, what shows that, like, have you watched any shows that Daniel hasn't watched? And you guys can switch roles. I'm like, sure. Like, do you want to watch, like,
Please
The
think of something
Office
better
with
than
me?
that.
Like, I watch things that make me happy, you guys. Like, you don't want us to switch roles.
You're like happy 30-minute episodes.
It's not going to be entertaining. I'm a sweet summer child, and I want to keep it that way.
Well, but hopefully by the end of this...
No.
You're not.
No.
I'm trying to, what's the word? Like...
I don't know.
Harden you.
No, I don't want to be hardened. I didn't want to watch this show. I'm doing this for you guys only. I'm dying on the cross for your sins. Don't be offended. That's awful. Someone's gonna be offended by that.
Don't be offended. It's a joke.
Sorry.
Okay, well, I'd say let's not waste any more time. We have 3 more episodes left, and they are going to be crazy. So let's get right into it. Game of Thrones, Season 3, Episode 8. Oh my god, Arya got captured. We haven't even, discussed that.
Yeah, we didn't even mention it.
She was captured.
You guys,
by the Hound.
Arya got captured by the Hound, and I can't tell whether that's good or bad.
Right,
because he protected Sansa, but Arya hates him, and
Arya wants to kill him.
Arya wanted him dead. She tried to kill him.
That butcher's boy meant a lot to her. I feel like that's so old news now. Like the butcher's boy.
But come also, on. She's been through so much trauma. I do love this show. I will say, this music, I'm like, this show is so incredible.
It's so incredible.
It's I hate how good it is because it makes me feel things I don't want to feel.
But in many ways, is that not even more of a testament to how good it is? That it's making you angry. It's making you sad.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so impressive the way they tell this story. But I'm like, I don't want to be sad. How dare they break my heart in the way that they do. Arya, he didn't kill you. He doesn't want to kill you. If these two don't end up like the best of friends, I swear to God.
I'll give you one try, girl.
She's like, oh.
Kill me and you're free. But if I live, I'll break both your hands.
She was like, okay.
She's like, whatever, okay, fine. She looks like a baby. I thought he was carrying her at first. I didn't see that there was a horse.
Where do you think I'm taking you?
Back to King's Landing.
Hell no, baby.
Fuck the queen. That's the red fort.
Re-fucking tweet.
Your uncle's marrying one of the Frey girls. So quit trying to bash my skull in there. I might just make it there in time for the wedding.
Aw, she's like, I'm going home.
She's like, okay, great.
I'm going to my mama.
How many?
2,000 Jupiters.
Enough to make a difference. I'd like to talk to the Titans bastard about winning.
He may not agree to meet.
Man who fights for gold can't afford to lose to a girl.
Rendal Negesen. And Dario Naharis.
Whatever his name is.
I swear I fucked you once in a pleasure house in Leeds.
Mind your tongue.
That did not happen.
She's like, I'll fry you right here, but okay.
You'll all be slaves after the battle unless I save you.
Okay, he's hot. Like.
I would pay you as much and more.
Our contract is our bond.
Just sniff her ass.
No one will hire.
What a freak. What do you think it's gonna smell like?
No one showers. Like, I'm sure even the most pleasing smelling people smell disgusting.
Don't smell good, yeah.
Show me your cunt. I want to see if it's worth fighting.
Sir Barristan, if it comes to battle, kill that one first.
You love to see that.
You love to see it, but also, like, what a guy. Just comes in there and just, like, he knows he's outnumbered and he's still gonna act that way.
How many of that guy do you know? Because I know at least 10.
And that's after only thinking about it for 5 seconds. If I really thought about it, like, I could come up with more.
Oh my god, so many.
Show the boy to his chambers. Have the maid storm a bath and find him some decent clothes. I'll come visit you soon.
He's like, you'll do what now? You going where? With who?
You're gonna do what?
If the lamb sees the knife, she panics. Her panic seeps into her meat, darkens it, fouls the flavor.
You slaughtered many lambs.
And none have seen the blade.
No, enough to swallow a horse whole.
Good job.
Your Grace, Is feeding enough?
I cannot complain.
You can.
You don't belong in a place like this.
Well,
You put him there.
You put him there, so...
Melisandre's returned.
Didn't know she'd been gone.
Came back with a bastard boy.
She's going to kill him.
Sacrifice him.
Forgive me, Your Grace, I'm not a lettered man, but is there a difference between kill and sacrifice? This boy's done you no harm. He's an innocent.
How many boys live in Westeros? I never asked for this. No more than I asked to be king. We do not choose our destiny. What's one bastard boy against a kingdom?
Could be a lot. You don't know.
When you just single out the possibilities like that, then nothing.
I mean, Daenerys is an orphan, right? What's one orphan? A lot.
One orphan with 3 dragon eggs turned into one woman with an army and 3 dragons.
Yeah, so, I mean...
You came to hear me say it because you believe it yourself. You're not a man who slaughters innocents for gain or glory.
I saw a vision in the flames. And you saw whatever she gave birth to. I never believed, but when you see the truth, how can you deny her God is real?
Something is real.
It's true.
Something is real. God? I don't know.
That dragon bitch. She talks too much. You talk too much.
Amen.
She won't talk so much when she's choking on my cock.
Ain't nobody choking on your cock.
Ain't nobody choking on your cock.
One of us slips into our camp, past her unsullied in her nights.
Ma'am, what's going on?
Luis.
Perhaps we could have a moment alone. Do you mind? Podrick, could you escort Lady Stark's handmaiden?
Shay.
I'm cringing for him right now. This is so awkward.
I'm like sad for Shay. I'd be like, you're asking me to fucking leave. Like, it's all he has to. But I would just be like, I hate it here so much.
I want you to know, I didn't ask for this. I just wanted to say, I'm just trying to say very badly, but I promise you one thing, my lady. I won't ever hurt you till you drink wine.
When I have to.
Well, today you have to.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
I feel like it's not the worst, like we talked about. It's not the worst
It's
scenario.
the same thing that I said before, where I think they can
work it out.
level with each other, that neither of us want to do this.
We should be friends. You're a musical girl, aren't you? Imagine you have a lovely voice.
She's like, please stop touching me. She's leaning away from her so hard.
Do you know the song The Reigns of Castamere? Of course. They play it so often here at court. The House Rain was a powerful family, very wealthy, the second wealthiest in Westeros. So Lord Rain built a castle as grand as Castle Rock. And finally one day, he rebelled against my father. Do you know where House Rain is now? Gone. Gone. A gentle word. I not say slaughtered. I remember seeing their bodies hanging high above the gates of Castle Rock. And now the rains revow their halls, and not a soul to hear. If you ever call me sister again, I'll have you strangled in your sleep.
Well, alrighty then. Marjorie's like, okay, my shit doesn't work with her, so she's not interested in being attached to anyone.
Right.
What are you doing? Your father's gone. As the father of the realm, it is my duty to give you away to your husband.
She's like, fuck you. Asshole.
You may now cloak the bride and bring her under your protection. grace, your grace. My lords, my ladies, one flesh, one heart, one soul, now and forever.
So fucked up. Won't even let him put the cloak on his wife.
Like, the stool was already there, and you took it away? For what?
When I was your age, I lived on one bowl of stew a day. Stew is a kind word for it. Here, taste this. You think I'm trying to poison you?
That's good.
You think this is all a mistake and that you have to pay somehow for every bite you take?
I thought that crossed my mind, yeah. I don't understand this. It doesn't seem very religious.
According to who? Death is coming for everyone and everything. The darkness that will swallow the dawn. And we can stop it. You and I. Let me show you what you have inside you. Come fight death with me.
What a way to like start off sex. Come fight death with me.
Certainly gives it a purpose, doesn't it? No, this is not good. Once again, like...
Get away! Get off me! Not there! Not there!
You can blame Sir Davos. He didn't believe in the power of King's blood.
Please, your grace! My lord!
Usurper Robb Stark. Usurper Balon Greyjoy. Usurper Joffrey Baratheon.
Alrighty then. See, like, you could at least have fun with Tyrion. Like, I'd be like, we're not gonna have sex tonight, but like...
We're gonna get drunk.
We should get drunk. Like, yeah.
When you marry the king, Joffrey's mother will become his sister-in-law. But your brother will become your father-in-law. That much is beyond dispute.
This is a whole fucked up situation.
She's like your brother, cousin, son, grandson. Where are we right now? Sansa, truly it could be worse. You almost married Joffrey. Like, at least we're not marrying Joffrey. What are you about to do?
Leave Sansa alone.
Leave her alone. You didn't want to marry her, so leave her alone.
Isn't it a man's duty to be drunk at his own wedding?
This isn't about your wedding. Renly Baratheon had a wedding.
Drinking and lust. No man can match me in these things. I am the god of chits and wine. I shall build a shrine to myself at the next brothel I visit.
I am the god of tits and wine.
Ew, Grandmaster Pycelle's like talking to these younger women.
Fucking disgusting. I hate him so much. I forget about how much I hate him sometimes because he hasn't been in the recent episodes. Fuck that guy.
Doesn't really matter which Lannister puts the baby into. That's all right. Sir Meryn and Sir Boris will hold you down. Time for the bedding ceremony.
There will be no bedding ceremony.
Ladies, attend to my uncle. He's not heavy.
There will be no bedding ceremony.
There will be.
Then you'll be fucking your own bride with a wooden cock.
What did you say?
A bad joke, Your Grace. Made out of envy of your own royal manhood. But it is my wedding night. My tiny drunk cock and I have a job to do. I vomited on a girl once, in the middle of the act, not proud of it. Come, I'll tell you all about it, put you in the mood.
Is that wise, my lord?
Tin Sansa, my name is Tyrion. How old are you exactly?
14.
What'd you say?
14.
Talk won't make you any older. My lord father has commanded me to consummate this marriage.
It's sad, but I just feel like if I was her, like, I guess she doesn't know Tyrion like we know Tyrion.
Right.
But he's not a threat. So I'm glad for her that he's not a threat.
Yeah.
He's not gonna hurt her. You know, but 14 is so fucking young. It's sad. It's so sad. He knows it's sad.
Stop. Can't. I could, I would.
But your father.
If my father wants someone to get fucked, I know where he can start. I won't share your bed. Not until you want me to.
What if I never want you to?
And so my watch begins.
That was the most ideal scenario, I think.
Yeah.
What
I love
if
how he says, like, and so my watch begins. Like, he's a Night's Watchman, basically.
he's gonna take care of her?
He's like, I'm never fucking again.
He will never fuck you. And that's that. Oh, God. At least there's some good people.
Tyrion is a good character.
He's a degenerate, and he's a drunk.
And he's lustful.
He will do the right thing.
Mhm.
He knows fucking a 14-year-old is not okay to do. This is a bad decision. This is a bad decision. This Grey Worm? Nope.
What do you want?
Don't scream, lovely girl.
You sent her to kill me. So why haven't you?
Oh!
I only do what I want to do.
But this is supposed to impress me.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the goal. He's like, does it?
Does it? Yeah.
I did it to impress
work?
you. I cut their heads off, Daenerys.
I cut their heads off.
I don't know what you want me to do.
They drew their swords. And I drew mine.
He kept eye contact with her that entire time.
He's
That's like
I'm not gonna look
he's
at
like, I'm
you
not
where I
falling for
could
this
look
trick.
For you.
The second sons are yours, and so is Dario Naharis. My sword is yours, my life is yours. My heart is yours.
Knew I liked him. I knew I liked him. Oh, Shay must be happy to see them not in the same bed. Right?
You really ought to know.
I brought you breakfast.
He's like, go fuck yourself. Ooh, that's a gnarly hangover. You can see it on his face. He's like, get me a California burrito.
Could stay here for the night.
that is not a good sign when like crows are like circling.
Death is what that means. The show does such a good job of portraying
You winked at me before.
people entering into like relationships.
Mm-hmm.
They do a really good job of the like first kiss scene, the first, you know.
I don't know many boys' names.
That's fair.
Let's see. There's Duncan. Samuel is my birth name. And Harvey is my family name.
Is your father cruel like mine?
Yup.
Different manner of cruel.
He doesn't rape me, but he's pretty mean.
But, like, emotionally.
I'd say hers is more cruel.
By far. Yeah, it's not even close. But
Not random.
we don't compare trauma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's loud, isn't it?
Can't go out there.
I'll be back. Just want to look.
But, like, Sam, what are you gonna do?
I would start crying if I saw all that. I'd be like, I'm gonna die.
My fear of birds, I would be so out of there. Even scarier. Even scarier. What do we have? What do we have here? What do we have here? Moving in the woods? Sam. Now's the time, bud. It's right now. You gotta burn that thing.
Stay back!
Samwell. I swear to God.
Stay back!
Oh.
Well, that's a big... Right?
Well, that's a shitty piece of news.
But good news, because they say...
No, it's good news.
Yeah.
No, it's good news.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you see
My
something?
hands are sweaty.
That was an intense scene.
My hands are sweaty. It's like, I'm so glad they lived.
Yeah.
You know, you start to, with this show, you start to just prepare yourself at the beginning of these scenes, like,
Something bad.
damn it! Like,
yeah.
Sam's gonna die.
And the fact that, like, he didn't grab the dagger always pisses me off. I'm just like, you found this dagger.
It works on these zombies.
It works on these zombies.
You're gonna want to keep it.
It's made out of dragon glass. And
Maybe
it...
Did it shatter with him?
It, like, fell on the ground. You could, like, see it just sitting there. And every time I see it, I'm just like, grab it. I know he doesn't.
Yeah.
But I...
Yeah. No, I mean, it's the first time he's fought. Period.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, period.
It really is.
You know? So, I love that
What would you have done if he had just frozen again?
That's what I was mentally prepared for. I thought he was just gonna die. I was like, God damn it, Sam. Like, but it's so, you know, it's such a testament to that, you know, you fall in love and suddenly, you know, his life didn't mean that much to him.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't ever willing to defend himself, but now he's got Gilly and he's got the baby.
Right, it
and
put that fire in his belly.
He has something to fight for now. Mm-hmm. So he did it for the first time. He didn't even in training with, like, you know, wooden swords, he wasn't fighting.
Go Sam.
So good for him. He did the damn thing.
Yeah.
Good for him. Yeah.
How was that episode for you?
It was good.
Much more positive.
Yeah.
Characters were acting on much better whims.
Yeah, they were behaving well, which just makes me scared for the next 2 episodes, but I guess it was good. It was good. The Hound is just becoming an iconic babysitter.
That doesn't even feel like that was this episode,
right?
Because it was the very beginning.
I know.
But yes, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like such a stunning babysitter, and I love him for taking care of the Stark children.
He honestly has no reason to defend them, and both of
he
these
just
girls,
chooses to.
he's just like,
he's like, I got you. Yeah. So I mean, I just loved that, and he's the cutest. So, the leader of the Second Sons, I wrote Major Fuckboy because that's how I feel, and I stand by that. I'm glad he's dead.
I was gonna say he was a major fuckboy.
Was a major fuckboy before he got his head cut off. I mean, like, to come in threatening Daenerys, like, you have some balls on you.
To be like, let me see your
She
cunt.
has dragons, and you said, like, we're all gonna fuck you at the end of this? Like, you have it in you for real, but whatever. He's dead now, so I don't care.
And to, like, slap her handmaiden's ass.
Yeah,
and,
like, he's so gross. And it's just...
But you were into him.
He was cute. I mean, you can't take that away from him. But I'm glad he's dead. I liked Tyrion and Sansa. I wrote Tyrion and Sansa's conversation, referring to before they got married, but also when they were supposed to be having sex, you know. I just appreciate their respect for each other and how honest they're being, and like the whole neither of us want to do this. And Tyrion, I expect nothing less from him. Like, he's such a great character, but to be like, I'm not
until you want me to, especially
because
I'm gonna say it, for that time period, men didn't say that kind of stuff to women.
There was no like, I want to wait for consent. Like, please. So I mean, the fact that he just inherently felt like she's 14 and she doesn't want any part of this, and I'm a grown man and I shouldn't do it, regardless of the fact that I'm supposed to put a baby in her. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job with the
and
scene
how
too.
low is the bar that's like impressive to us?
Right,
like,
I mean,
oh, you didn't fuck a child? Like,
you didn't rape her? Great,
what
you're
an
a good
honorable
character.
man. Like, that's how fucked up this show is.
Actors that can act is one thing. Actors that can face act is like a whole other thing.
He is so good. I've thought that the last few episodes that he's had these moments where it's not what he says, it's what his face looks like right before he says it that really sells like whatever he's trying to convey.
Yeah.
And you see him like even drunk as shit, like looking at her and being like, this is so not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I loved that. Joffrey taking the stool, go fuck yourself. Just, that's all I have to say about that. He's the worst in every way. He continues to be the worst in every way. Threatening to, like, rape Sansa. Like, it's like, what do you need to do that for?
Can you just let her go?
It's such a power thing. And it's the same thing that they talk about, not to, like, get too far into it, but, like, with the Roz thing and with Sansa and with everybody. There's this thing about people talk about like rape as a construct, as a concept. Like, it's not about that you want to have sex with someone so bad that you raped them. It's about power. Like, that's what it is.
Control.
That's why people who have that in them, like you see serial rapists and serial killers, aren't just like this one type of person. Usually they'll rape boys and girls and old and young and whoever, they don't care, because it's not coming from a human place of sexual like desire. It's coming from I want to instill fear and have control over someone, and that's what Joffrey is it's like, that's why like him threatening to rape Sansa does the same thing as him torturing and killing Roz. They're not separate. It's the same thing. It's, I want to make you scared and make you feel like you have no power and no control. And I've taken that away from you. And, like, that's who he is. And it's disgusting, and he just keeps doing it, and it's never gonna leave him. So it's, like, not surprising that he did that, but it's just, like, one episode after the other, that's what's going down. That's what's in him. Yeah. You know? It's pathetic.
You're pathetic, Joffrey.
You couldn't even fight in an actual war. You had a chance to kill people. This was free reign. Go kill people. Yeah. But he couldn't. Because he's a bitch.
He's a bitch.
Because he's a bitch. And he can't, in combat, you can't win. And that's why you gotta make yourself feel big behind closed doors when you've paid for someone to be tied up, to be kidnapped, to be separated from their family, to be unprotected. That's when you feel like a big man, right? But you're little. That's why that makes you feel that way.
Right.
Because you're a little fucking child and you've got no honor and no manhood in you. And so you have to take this, like, wretched, horrible, fucked up thing and turn it into where you get your power from. And it's just, like...
Mic drop.
You know? Anyways. Moving on. The leeches on Gendry.
Oh.
Ugh. Ugh.
Poor Gendry. Poor Chris.
I mean, goddamn. he's a leech on the dick.
Oof.
Not a place you want to be. You know what
You're
I mean?
like, speaking from a personal experience.
I've been there. Leeches on the dick is not fun. No. I don't know. You know what's crazy is, like, after everything I've seen, the leeches didn't, like...
You didn't flinch.
I didn't.
You really didn't.
I wrote the leeches ew, but, like, I was like, you know, it could be worse.
I'm hoping that, like, it gets to the point where you're just kind of, like...
Desensitized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're making you numb to just torture and...
Yeah. Dario! I wrote, work, bitch.
You knew you liked him.
I knew I liked him. I mean, didn't I say that? I was like, I know him from something. I like him. He's great. Good for him.
Yeah, he came in.
I don't have much else to say on that front, but, you know, he did the damn thing.
And I just really have respect for him when he's like, where she stands up, is getting dressed, and he's like,
I'm going to maintain it right here.
I'm going to maintain eye contact with you. You will not catch me slipping because I respect you.
Yeah, he has the respect. He knows that that's the winning side, and he's like...
And she's looking at him, waiting for him to slip.
She's like, let me give you this opportunity where this is a little
to
test.
show me your cards.
Why don't you show me what you're interested in?
Yeah. And
he's like, my knife and my heart and my life is yours. And what else can you ask for?
Dany's in a great spot.
She's doing great.
I feel like out of everybody in the show right now, she's sitting pretty.
She's sitting pretty, which, you know, can't last long, but she's doing great for now.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, well, We've got 2 episodes left. I cannot believe we're here. The season flew by for me. I know for you it's like an arm, a leg, an organ. But for me, it flew by. And I just cannot believe...
It flies by. It always flies by. It's just... This is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yeah,
so it definitely is an experience. And I know next episode is episode 9. Which means I'm going to get my heart ripped out of my chest. Like I always fucking do. And... So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. So, if you guys enjoyed this reaction video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay up to date on her journey through Thrones and her desensitization of torture and rape and murder. We hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.